on a bit of news today, and I want to get your thoughts on it, because obviously you said that you've been in camps with people like Mayweather and Canelo, and obviously you've got a lot of experience as well, and you know, Pacquiao's come through all of these different weights. I mean, he officially retired today. What are your thoughts on Manny Pacquiao? I mean, where does he rank amongst the kind of great fighters for you?
I mean, firstly, again, another. If boxing don't change, we can call them dinosaurs, can't we? Because you know they are legends of the sport, and they're really filtering out now. These legends of the sport. I mean, we've only got one fighter at the moment, I think, that ends a legend, who is still active, in my opinion, and that's Canelo at the moment. I think he will be really spoken about. But Manny Pacquiao, you know, he's been a joy to watch. An amazing athlete. Great, you know, poster boy for the Philippines. You know, done massive amounts of work for charity. Gives everything to charity. I mean, I think he's had half of these last fights because he gives everything away.
yeah, it's true.
You know, he's going for the senator of the Philippines, or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
You know, to run the Philippines. It will definitely go down as a great one, because great fighters lose and great fighters come back, in my opinion. I mean, getting chinned by Marquez, coming back, you know. I mean, but what we got to realise is history repeats itself, and I'm putting an analogy on this as well. You know, the Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua fight, everybody could see it happening. They forgot about Alexander Usyk, and they've done the same with Marquez when Marquez chinned Pacquiao. So the fight with Mayweather happened 5 years later. Are we going to see the same thing within the Tyson Fury Joshua fight? I mean, maybe not. Joshua would be about 40 by then, wouldn't he? If it happened that long later, I think he's about 31, 32, isn't he?
Yeah, Joshua's 31.
Yeah,
Tyson's 32. So they're the same age.
They're the same age. Yeah. But I'm saying they'd be a lot older, and there'd be not as much interest. But like I say, going back to Pacquiao, I mean, you know, the relationship with Freddie Roach and all that, but Freddie Roach, I don't think will ever have another fighter like Manny Pacquiao. And, you know, for me, Manny Pacquiao made Freddie Roach's name. Very, very loyal to Freddie Roach. But I will say this. A fighter makes a trainer. And if anyone don't understand what I'm saying by a fighter makes a trainer, is, listen, fair play to the trainer putting his time in and all that sort of stuff. But how many Manny Pacquiaos has Freddie Roach made?
Yeah, 91.
You know what I mean? You know, what did he do with Khan? You know, he won things, but what did he do with Khan? Didn't Khan get chinned by Prescott when he was with him?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. You know, so I might be wrong there. With the Khan, but still. So we're losing a living legend, not a person that's died, a living legend in boxing, and yeah, it's sad. It's sad times, and if we don't keep bringing these fighters through, or we don't keep putting them on a platform and letting the best fight the best, we're going to lose people. Aren't we? Listen, we're losing life, aren't we? We're losing life to social media, aren't we? We're losing, let's be real here, we're losing life to social media. Your platform, my platform, we try and speak about it in the realest of ways we can. You know, other platforms just bum people up and blow smoke up their ass. There'll be still people blowing smoke up Anthony Joshua's ass next week. But I will say this. But people surely turn quick as well on people. People surely turn quick on people as soon as they've lost, or, you know what I mean? It's oh, well, look at him now, you know, i.e. Ricky Hatton. Oh, look at him now, he's in a pub and he's drinking. So what if he's in a pub and he's drinking? He's had his career, he's done what he's had to do.
You know? Yeah, it's true. Well, Manny Pacquiao, though, I mean, 8 division world champion. Are we going to see anyone in our lifetime do a similar thing, or is it just that's so out of reach for anyone?
How much does he weigh? How much does Jake Paul weigh?
he's a
Possible,
cruiserweight. He's a cruiserweight.
possible. If we get a welterweight influencer who sells 1 million tickets, who's to say that wouldn't be possible? Because that's the way the world's becoming. That's what's happening with the world. That's what's happening with the world. Listen, I've fought all my life, trained all my life, 35 years, punches to the head, for the dream to fight someone like Floyd Mayweather. Logan Paul does it in 2 fights. No messing around. Mandatory straight away. So if things like that are happening, what is going on with boxing? You know?
Yeah,
it's you know, go on a train, yeah, to London, right? You won't hear people talking about Anthony Joshua. You won't hear people, you might do because he boxed Saturday night, but Tyson Fury, you hear people talking about Jake Paul. When do you think Jake Paul's fighting next? Mate, they should be saying, when do you think Jake Paul's playing next?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not taking anything away from these YouTubers because they obviously do train hard. And I'll be honest with you, the Paul brothers do train hard.
Yeah, you can see they do.
They do take it serious.
They do. They do, yeah. I think it's just the issue that they get fast-tracked because of the name, right? But I was wondering on Manny Pacquiao, right? What's, for you, I wanted to ask you actually, because I find it quite interesting, what do you think, in your eyes, is the best performance, or maybe top 3 performances of his career?
You've got me there because I want to be. I'm not a massive boxing fan. It's mad, isn't it? You know, I don't really watch. And he was a southpaw, so
yeah,
I want a southpaw, so I wouldn't really watch loads of what he done because I used to watch fighters just for their, you know. I mean, listen. One that I can't take out of my head and who's my friend is Ricky Hatton. What a performance that was. You know? But I don't think it's fair to say that because Ricky Hatton was definitely on the slide by that point. Do you know what I mean? Ricky Hatton was done by that point. I done something to Ricky Hatton the other day and I turned around and said, and I think I jogged his memory. I said, your best performance, and if he was going to beat anyone that night, it would have been when you boxed Costa Zoo. Because he boxed brilliant that night. You know what I mean? And he walked through Costa Zoo's shots. Nothing was beating Ricky Hatton that night, in my opinion. And it was sad to see what Pacquiao done to Hatton because, you know when a fighter's done. And but he's still done it in spectacular fashion. I mean, he was an elite fighter, wasn't he? Pacquiao was an elite fighter. Hatton was a great fighter, but Pacquiao was an elite fighter. It's not fair to start calling people elite fighters until they are who they are. He was elite because he did have his losses, but he come back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed. Know? I mean, he beat people like Miguel Cotto, right? Who was just ridiculous. Like
brilliant.
Unbelievable.
He weren't no. Hey, listen, he weren't no welterweight. Miguel Cotto was massive compared to Pacquiao.
Yeah,
Pacquiao's tiny.
Yeah,
I mean, he showed it in that fight the other night, didn't he? The other night. You know, he looked tiny compared to that geezer.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I've got to be honest with you. Yeah, I remember that fight, and I'll tell you what, he was one of my favourite fighters, Miguel Cotto. I like Miguel Cotto.
It's funny, a lot of people say that, actually. How come I'm interested, actually? What did Miguel Cotto bring that made you love him?
He was clever, but he had an all-out-there style, a come-forward all-out-there style. Okay. Do you know what I mean? He could punch. He could box. You know what I mean? His feet, his balance, everything. He was good, mate. He was good. He's a boxer. He was a boxer's boxer, I think. You know, Corrales, Castillo, them fights. Jesus, like I'm saying, like, you know, they was great fighters as well. You know what I mean? But Cotto, for me, like, there was no messing around. Listen, what was on a tin Cotto done? What was on a tin Pacquiao done? Pacquiao could box, but he used to love a fight. He used to love getting. He didn't mind getting wet, Pacquiao. He didn't mind getting wet, mate. You know what I mean? And when they say, you know, you can't get in the shower without getting wet, mate, Pacquiao did get wet most times because he wanted to always show the crowd entertainment as well. He was a people's champion. He is a people's champion. He is a people's champion. You know, and I remember Pacquiao bigger than I remember Mayweather. Put it that way.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, isn't it? I'm not going to ask you who you think's better in terms of career because I feel like that's quite a hard question to answer. But yeah,
Did Pacquiao swerve anyone?
not that I know of.
Yeah.
I mean, he pretty much fought everyone.
I
I
mean,
think. Yeah,
Carter gave Mayweather a good fight, didn't he?
yeah, he did.
Do you know what I mean? And there is ifs and buts about a couple of Mayweather decisions, isn't there?
Yeah, the was it the first Maidana fight, I
Yeah.
think. And one of the I forgot the other one actually, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's difficult. I feel like I'm too young because I didn't watch all of them at the time. But yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, what a legend. I mean, even it shows that he's like transcended the sport. Like people's people in 3-4 different generations. Like he's a champion in 4 different decades. So it's just
Great,
incredible.
great debate though. Great debate. I mean, what a title for this. Who was better, Mayweather or Pacquiao? I think in today's day and age, people are going to say Mayweather because he was unbeaten. But as I
Mm.
say, records are for DJs, you know. And look, he beat Canelo. Yeah, he did beat Canelo. He drained Canelo at the weight though, didn't he? He drained fighters at the weight. He drained Floyd Mayweather at the weight. He was clever. He was clever.
Mm.
I'd say Mayweather was the best manager out of the pair of them. I don't know about the best fighter. If
Yeah.
you said to me, sit through two fights, Manny Pacquiao's or Floyd Mayweather's, I'd sit through Manny Pacquiao's fights every day of the week and twice on a Sunday, as Tyson would say. I would. I wouldn't say Mayweather was exactly an exciting fight, would you?
No, but I think I get the feeling that there's a portion of extremely hardcore boxing fans that maybe, like, I'm assuming you can appreciate it as well, of course, more than I can, but because they talk about it being kind of like the sweet science and being more technical, I guess. But yeah, and what a career there anyway for Manny Pacquiao, unbelievable, definitely one of the greats, and yeah, I mean, he'll definitely be missed. Thanks, mate, for being on. I really appreciate it. Is there anything you want to touch on, actually, before we wrap up?
No, nothing. Again, leave it with this. Manny Pacquiao was an absolute legend. Was great for boxing. Let's hope we can pull some more people through from the Philippines and all around the world and be ambassadors to the sport like Manny Pacquiao. And whatever he does in the future, the best of luck to him. I know he'll be good at whatever he does. And that's the top and bottom of it. Nice one.
Thanks for being on, mate. Guys, if you haven't already, do go over to Voice from the Corner. Go and subscribe to the channel. And for obviously regular boxing content, of course, as you would have heard, Peter obviously knows his stuff, ex-fighter, being multiple camps, years and years of experience. So if you want to hear straight talking, honest and genuine boxing videos and content, do go and check out the channel and go and follow him as well on Instagram and Twitter and all sorts as well, I'm sure, just to support. And if you don't mind, hit the like button for us as well and subscribe. Helps us out a huge amount. Thanks very much, guys. Thank you, Peter, again. And
sorry, before I go, listen, we're always welcome to come on a live with you because I think it's nice to interact with your fans. Maybe get my fans on there. Maybe we could do a collaboration on StreamYard so people can ask me questions and why do you say this and why do you say that, vice versa, you as well,
No, definitely, I agree. Let's get it sorted sometime in the future. I think that's a really good idea. So yeah, we'll definitely do it. Definitely. Cool. Thanks very much, guys. Stay safe and well, and I'll see you on the next video.